We're here. Can you see? I don't know. Maybe. Doesn't help much. Anyway, what's up, guys? We're here. We're back. We're playing the game. Focus. Sorry for not being here for a few days. We got stuck grinding Borderlands, all weekend. Sorry. So we're here now. Here to play some Predecessor. Didn't hit the gym today. Didn't feel like it. Playing basketball tomorrow and did not want to be ridiculously sore for that, so we're just not gonna do that to ourselves. Gonna hit legs tomorrow. Go play basketball. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be awesome. So we're not going to be live tomorrow, but we'll be back on Wednesday. We're probably gonna miss the patch tomorrow, which kind of sucks. Which is why we're going over the patch notes today, so I don't have to go over the patch notes on Wednesday. We're gonna go over them now. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Happy Monday. Didn't get up to too much, did some work, came back, and we're ready to go. So let's talk about the patch notes. Also, actually, you know what? No, we're just going to start here. We're going to talk about the patch notes. Let's talk. What are we looking at? First things first, obviously, big news, Yin. Yin is coming. Also known as Nyla, also known as Camille, also known as X, Y, and Z. We got Yin, also known as Nyla, also known as Camille. She's literally just a combination of the two. Probably gonna be pretty sweet. I don't know where she's gonna play, so we can talk a little bit about her passive. You know, she gets, what is this? A grant of a Rising Storm, which is I guess an attack speed buff per auto. 50% attack speed on max stacks is is pretty silly. That feels like it could be insane. It's like a Sparrow E for free, just attacking, which is kind of nuts. Lash Kick, one of her abilities, grants you 3 stacks of that. So you can open a fight with 20% attack speed, basically, straight up, which is kind of insane. She's got her melee. Lash Kick is where her Camille attack, where she lashes onto the wall. You can just vault off the wall, do damage. Pretty straightforward. Windburn. Attack range increase with a max health third hit. Pretty standard stuff. Backlash, just a crack. Is a spell reflect almost, but it's basically a spell reflect because it's a 0.8 second shield, like an auto reflect, I guess. Not crazy. This ult's kind of nuts. If you missed it, summons a gale for 5 seconds. Movement speed, area slow. The big thing here is projectiles stopping. Being able to deflect, depending on how this works, I haven't seen any videos yet, but being able to send arrows and projectiles back at the people who shot them is kind of wild, and stopping them completely in a team fight. So I don't know if it works like if you stand in the circle and shooting in the circle counts as the wins, or if you're outside the circle shooting in. I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out. Store dudes don't care. Lots of skins. You can check that out. Bundles, whatever. Extras, whatever. Common improvements. We got emote wheels. Pretty soon we got ranked improvements, so there's no more rank promotion between divisions or interdivisional promotion games, which is like, thank God. I mean, it seems a little silly to play a promotion game to go from silver 3 to 2, silver 2 to 1, but you still will play a promotion game from silver 1 to gold, etc., etc. Big change, Arcshot Gateways is going to be insane. Being able to teleport from carry lane to off lane and vice versa is going to be kind of nuts for early game, mid game, late game. Basically everything. Late game split pushing is going to be kind of nuts. I don't know really what you're going to do about this yet based on my 80 something hours in the game, but it's going to be pretty cool. Lots of ways, especially if you win lane, left lane, you know, kill them both, TP, right lane, and gank or stop a push. I mean, it's going to be really, really, really neat. The timing on that's pretty cool. You know, you can't just stand on it and go. You stand on it 2.5 seconds. If enemies come into the circle with you, it stops it. You got to kill them or get it off of it. You can only TP once every 3 minutes per hero, which feels kind of fast. I mean, that's a little strong. 3 minutes. I mean, you could TP in a 40-minute game. You took advantage of it every single time, depending on, you know, it takes 10 minutes. If you take a 40-minute game, that's 10 times a player can TP across the map. So I feel like that's going to need to be adjusted. Like, for example, sorry, my O button, this thing. So you got 360 second, maybe 240 second TP. That's 4 minutes. I think 4 minutes, same thing as a league TP here, would be pretty big. I think 3 is a little short. But we'll have to see kind of how it feels, especially because the map feels a little bit smaller than League's map too. But who knows? It's gonna be interesting. I think boosting that to 240 at least, or make it scale like League TP would be good, considering the map slots feels a lot smaller. I don't know if it's actually any smaller, but it feels smaller. Anyway, we're talking about pit changes. Finally, we're doing some pit adjustment around some of the big objectives. Is going to be super nice because there's a lot of claustrophobia, especially fighting around the Fangtooth pit. Prime pit is pretty bad too. I mean, they're both fighting in there is really bad. Like right now, a failed or Fey anything in there, Argus. There's a lot of AOE that is just basically unavoidable in a team fight because you're standing in a corridor. I mean, a Sparrow R inside these tonal ways is pretty stupid. So I think these are going to be really nice, opening that up a little bit, clearing some claustrophobia. Not just like a free-for-all, pray to God everything works out right, or that your team has more HP, I guess. I don't really know. Finally, we're doing toxicity improvements. I can actually tell when players get banned that I report. Thank God. It's only a matter of time before we weed out all these people. Especially we're going to get max match cancellations, which is super nice. Being able to detect if a player is AFK not playing instead of being held hostage and not being able to FF, especially if they're feeling that kind of way, we're going to be able to just end the match. Going to be annoying, but way better than having to play the whole thing night and day. And then, of course, we get report feedback, which is nice. Menu improvements, nothing crazy. Just going to get some UI improvements. Match history is big. I don't have to pull up Omida every single time I want to play. I would like to be able to see recordings of matches. Oh, they're right there. I didn't even see this. Watch tab has been merged to the matches tab, meaning replays are now accessible via your match history. Amazing. Being able to view that. You might have always been able to replay matches. I've never figured out how to do it. So this is amazing. Being able to replay matches, figure out what went wrong, where it went wrong, and how it went wrong is going to be super cool. Learning tab, you're going to get a more fleshed out tutorial, which is going to be nice because I've had a couple of friends learn the game. They've played like 2 matches and it is almost impossible. The tutorial teaches you like 2% of what you need to know to play this game, so it's really, really nice that we're going to get something for that. Ranked leaderboard, like League, be able to see high VPs, etc., etc. Pretty straightforward stuff. Draft purchasing, whatever. You can purchase a skin in the middle of a draft if you have a skin that you want to use that you don't have. You can buy it. Match found audio, cool. In case you're not paying attention and the noise isn't loud enough. There you go. Projectile speed, this is huge for carry. I'm a carry main. This is your first time on this channel, the first video on the channel of this game. I'm a carry main. I've gotten used to the projectile speed. So, in case you haven't seen it, this is what you're looking at. Significantly faster on this side. It's almost like hit scan, which is going to be really nice. You don't have to lead as much. I feel like when you're in fights, you're actively having to lead these shots. You can't just point at them, which is going to kind of be good and bad. Skill ceiling stuff, I think it's good for the game. Training's going to be a little more interesting, like the 1v1s. Excuse me. Anyway, buff transfer, very cool. If a jungler fails his gank with red buff, I can take it now. Blue buff, vice versa, going to be super cool. Reduced duration's kind of whatever. I feel like you should just keep the same duration, and just if the jungler's buff has 40 seconds on it, buff transfer, the buff that is transferred has the same amount of time left that was already on it. Probably makes more sense to me rather than resetting it. I don't know. Whatever though. Fine. It's pretty cool. 45 seconds is, that's pretty nice. Purple and brown buff, you get a 25-second buff on purple and brown, which, that's brawl. Never mind. This is big. Enhanced recall, finally! There's a reason to take prime and get out is nice. Being able to, there's a lot of times where you take prime and the enemy's spawning, and you take prime and it takes too long to recall, and you have to just run. This is big. 4-second recall is enormous. And river bug update's pretty cool. They get bigger and stronger. The buffs on them matter more towards the late game. We'll see how much they matter soon. Hey, what's up, X? How's it going, dude? It's going to be pretty cool. Yada yada. Get some new voice lines. damage the heroes are talking, whatever. I don't know. Tower danger visual effects. I think it's just a big ring. Yeah, it tells you where to not stand in case it's not painfully obvious where this ring already is. I felt like that was pretty self-explanatory. Like you can see it right there. There's literally a ring on the ground that tells you where to not go. It's pretty. I don't know why this doesn't feel necessary to me, but I mean this is more of a if you're bronze, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, brawl mode, don't care. Winterfest, cool. Gonna get a little map change. A little nice and snowy. It's pretty sweet. What else? Switch drops, whatever. Cool. Guess you can come here for those. I'm not a premium guy or whatever, but you know, I'm sure there'll be a little newbie drop you can get from me. Gameplay balance changes. So you got big things. Basically, you can sum up everything that's happening here. You got buff transfers, mini prime, buff prime, enhanced duration. You've got river bugs getting upgraded, pit terrain changes, the gateways, and projectile speed increases. Abilities have been adjusted too, for what I know, for all these as well, like Sparrow Q. Probably what are some other ones? I think mostly Sparrow Q, Sparrow right click is probably going to be adjusted as well. I'm sure we'll see that. River bugs don't care about all the details yet, but they give you the same thing they got before. You get a little bit of extra stuff. So you get, you know, attack speed, omnivamp, big ability damage buff, 20% ability damage and 30% attack speed are not to be slept on. They're significantly tougher to kill, 1500 HP, which for a level 18 Sparrow is like 2 auto attacks. Red buff, don't care, not a jungler. Balancing changes are pretty big. Let's check these guys out. Decker, the problem with Decker is that I don't know. I mean, it's really wave clear. She blows up the wave. She can crash it early, really heavy, and I think that's what this is. Yeah, our level 1 wave clear. Just nerfed her. Photon. Cool, Figma. I'll never see this guy. Everyone that plays this guy is either terrible or plays 12 hours a day. I don't know. He's okay. I mean, he's, you know, they buffed his hamstring, I guess. That's all that is. Yeah, cooldown buff. Gideon buff pretty big. His mana struggles pretty noticeable early. Apparently he had some bugs with his ult. That just explains why it wasn't doing damage like ever, which is good. Mana cost decreases, power scaling increase. So mana buffs around the board, pretty good. Howie, nobody plays Howie. I don't know. Maybe this is why. Howie buffs, lots of damage buff. Maybe it could be cool to play. Kira, on her right click, she got projectile speed buff to match the overall buff. Pretty good. Bellica is really annoying to play against. Not really a threat though. Looks like they buffed her. Yeah, you got some cooldown decreases, some scaling increases, cooldown nerfs, buffs, cooldown buffs. I guess because she typically is played in the mid lane, you see her more if I can support, or at least I do at low elo. As I'm climbing, a lot of support Bellicas out there. But I mean, yeah, why play Bellica when you can play Faye, Argus, or like Gadget? I don't know, which is what it says. And there are plenty of better options. And I still think even with this buff, why would you not play Faye? I don't know. Narbash, they buffed him, or I'm sorry, they nerfed him because he is really annoying. Oops, and can stand behind the carry and just heal them to full over and over again. Richter, nerf his passive, kind of strong. You can punish this hook a little bit better now. Sparrow, match the projectile speed. Steel, nerfed, finally. Kind of adjusted, I guess. Health nerf, but health regen increase, not really matter. They buffed shield wall, but they did change cooldown happens when the wall goes down, so that kind of makes up for this. I really don't think this nerf is that crazy because I think it's just an adjustment to the way the cooldown works. I feel like the wall lasts for like 3 seconds, I'm pretty sure, around that. So it just matches the fact that the cooldown starts when you use the ability. So it's not really a steel nerf. I think he's going to be fine. 30 HP early is like nothing. Been yawning like crazy. Been talking a lot. Sorry. Twin Blast. Nerf to his Q. Projectile speed increase on it though. The pew, which is true. It does a lot of damage. That early, that's so strong. Ventilate, his ultimate got nerfed. I didn't really feel like his ultimate was that strong. Can't click on it apparently. Wraith, I think he got nerfed. No, he got buffed on the passive, nerfed on his auto, nerfed on his. Okay, yeah, he got nerfed. And really, he doesn't feel that good anyway. Still, I guess that's a high elo character, like a plat plus, diamond plus, whatever the ranks are in this game. Zinx nerf finally. Get her out of the game. So sick of laning against the carry. Support Zinx have 2 carries in the lane. One of them does 1,000,000 damage. The other one does 1,000,000 damage and heals the other one doing 1,000,000 damage. It's not fun. Razorback, don't care. Nerfed it. Thank God. It was a little. The reflect was a little strong. Don't know what that is. Ashbringer, don't build it. Nixian Quiver, match the projectile. Solaris, don't build it. Spectra, slight nerf. I don't think this matters. I think the on hit is really strong. I still think you'll see it build 100 golds like nothing. Pretty sure. I think they were just trying to get nerf it for like magic users that build it. It says Zinx and Muriel. Zinx makes sense because you nerf the ability haste. Maybe she can build something else instead. Take away some of that on hit crap. You have to see Assassin. I don't care. I don't play that role. Fighter, don't build any of these. Don't care. Not anything in particular here. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. I'm not going to read all this. I'm sorry. Brawl, don't care. So, overall, great patch. Big things are coming. I cannot wait. Very excited. Like I said, I haven't played this game for long, so we're still kind of getting used to the flow and the way the game feels. It's going to be sweet. Cannot wait. I'm very excited for the new character, the warp gates, and the prime changes and fang pit changes. They're going to be super cool. River buffs are cool. Overall, really great patch, especially with the addition of report feedback and things like that. AFK punishment needs to be stronger in this game. I am so sick of my quality of games being terrible because of people that just have nothing better to do. Lack of role queue, still something I'm not happy to see. I would love to be able to just queue for a role and not have to fight over it because solo queue is a nightmare. You do not ever get to play what you want to play. It's terrible if you're solo. I play duo a lot, sometimes 2, 3, 4. People, because solo queue is miserable, you're about to find that out because we're going to run a game here in a minute. It's going to be miserable, probably, until my buddy gets on. Mostly because I can't get my role. If I could just get carry and just play with random support, that would be fine, but there's a really solid chance I'm just not going to get it, and it is what it is. But anyway, that's about it for this. Hopefully it'll be a good patch. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully here soon we'll get a role queue, and then QOL stuff. My life's going to be so much better. Anyway, appreciate it. We are going to get started now, and hopefully go 56-0. So here we go.